Hi guys, I'm Ayushi, your mentor for law entrance exams, and welcome to Law Digest. This is our series of success stories with toppers, जहां पर हम बात करते हैं उन लोगों से जिन्होंने बहुत मेहनत करके एग्जामिनेशंस क्लियर करे हैं, उनकी स्टोरीज जानते हैं, उनके एक्सपीरियंस, उनकी प्रिपरेशन स्ट्रैटेजी के बारे में पता करते हैं। आज हमारे साथ हैं अनन्या सिंह, हु हैज स्कोर्ड 358 मार्क्स इन द ड्यू एलएलबी एग्जामिनेशन एंड शी होल्ड्स रैंक 6 इन द एग्जामिनेशन। तो अगर हम लिस्ट में स्टार्टिंग से देखें तो she is probably the first girl that appears on the list on rank 6 if Prabnoor is a boy. And also 119 marks इनके आए हैं एमएथ में, जो जहां से इनको IELTS पुणे, she was eligible for admission there, but yes, she did not join and she's going for DU. Today, let us have Ananya here with us. Let us listen to her. Let us listen to her story and how did she prepare, what all sources did she use, and what was her experience like. We will get to know the same from Ananya. Hi Ananya, welcome to the channel, and we're really looking forward to hear a lot of things from you. So for the start, सबसे पहले तो हम ये जानना चाहेंगे, we would like to know about your background. Tell us something about yourself.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Firstly, thank you so much for inviting me here to share my experience. And I have I live here in Ghaziabad only, and I have done my schooling from Vasundhara, DPS Vasundhara. And then I did my graduation from Miranda House, Delhi University in English Honours. And then I gave my entrance exam for Delhi University, LLB Entrance. And yeah, I'm looking forward to joining CLC.
All right. So, Ananya, how and when did you decide that you want to pursue law as a career option?
Ma'am, I had actually decided this back around in when I was in class 12th itself, because my dad is a lawyer, so he's always inspired me and kind of pushed me and encouraged me towards this field. So, so I gave CLAT with 1 month of preparation, and I was not able to secure a great NLU. So I thought of doing it post graduation, doing LLB post graduation, and that's why I joined Miranda and I started preparing for my LLB in my final year, and then I gave my entrance.
All right, great. So also you mentioned that your dad is also from Delhi University. So I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
he's my senior then.
Yeah, he was also Delhi University is also his alma mater. So he, in fact, did his graduation from ARSD, and then he did his LLB from. He was in Law Center 1, and he did his LLB from DU, and yeah,
Okay.
so it's his alma mater too.
Great. So what all what was your preparation strategy like, and how did you go about it?
Okay, ma'am. So, so firstly in around December after my 5th semester examinations, I started thinking about how I will go about my preparation. So I firstly saw your channel and I started watching your videos because you had given the entire syllabus breakdown and everything. You had explained all the important sections. So I noted everything from your videos, and then I started looking for resources from everywhere, YouTube channels and resources, books, and etc. And then I started accumulating all my resources so that I can full-fledgedly start my preparation. And I properly started my preparation in January, and I began with polity firstly. So for polity, I had got Lakshmikant, and I did all my polity preparation from Lakshmikant itself. You had this video on your channel where you had explained all the important chapters that are important for the DU LLB entrance. So I referred to all those chapters only for from Lakshmikant, and yeah, I covered all those chapters, and then I just went through questions from Universal and from other places, from Google. I had purchased your question banks, so that also helped me in getting more questions. So yeah, I also did your revision series because especially the polity revision series is great. It has so many questions and also difficult questions for you to challenge yourself. So yeah, I did that too. So yeah, polity was done that way. Post that, I did IPC. For IPC, I firstly referred to the BEAR Act. because illustrations are very important. This year also, the paper had a lot of questions from IPC and from the illustrations, from the concepts as well. So that's why it's important to go through the Bare Act ones, especially the important sections, because otherwise, if you're only studying the concepts, it won't help. Bare Acts are important now. So I did it from the Bare Act, and wherever the IPC Bare Act is also easy to understand as compared to the other Bare Acts. So that's why I was able to do it from there. And then whenever I had any doubts, etc., I searched for YouTube videos and I cleared my doubts that way. I also messaged you and asked you my doubts sometimes. So yeah, that was helpful for me. And then I just did questions, revision series, and then questions from online. Yeah. Then for contract, I went through the Bare Act ones, the important parts only. I did around like the first 75 sections I did from contract, because those are the most important sections. Post that, there are specific contracts given in the Contract Act. So I did not touch those because that were not very important.
Yeah.
I just did the first 75 sections. I did the illustrations properly because illustrations become very important. And yeah, so I had gotten 2 guidebooks, Dr. Ashok K. Jain's guidebooks for contract as well as
Dukki.
TOTS. So yeah, my dad had gotten them for me. So yeah, that was helpful. I did both those books, and they are very easy to understand also, and especially for the entrance. So I did contract and TOTS
That's a
from those
lot for
books.
the entrance, actually. I think
Yeah, I feel so.
you're going to top your semester examinations because you've already
Yeah,
studied.
I was thinking, even while giving the paper, I was thinking कि इतने तो questions, इतने difficult questions तो पूछे भी नहीं जितना I had done. But चलो, at least I thought of I looked at the brighter side कि maybe it will help me in the semesters. चलो. So, but yeah, the books were very interesting, and they were, because I was reading them for the first time. I was reading these laws for the first time, interesting to read and everything. So I just completed them, and they were also very small books, so it was easy to complete them. So I did contract and TOTS from there, and also from YouTube channels and videos. And then I just did questions wherever I got them. Then for family law and for IPR also, both, because there is not a lot of books or content available. So I just searched things on Google. I watched YouTube videos. I saw your revision series. Your revision series cover so many topics, and see the topics that are required from you from family law and from IPR. There are very few topics that are required, because you don't need to go into the depths. Family law के लिए बस marriage and divorce is the most important part, and IPR के लिए बस 5 patent, copyright, trademark, and GI tags and trade secrets. That's all that's important. तो उतना तो बहुत easily cover हो गया था, and wherever I was lacking, जो भी छूट जा रहा था, when I used to see your revision series, तो वहां से मुझे पता चलता था कि अच्छा, okay, I've missed this topic. Then I used to search it on Google, and I used to make my own notes. So yeah, so that's how I did IPR and family law, and then I did more questions on them. And yeah, that's how I was done with the legal portion. For UN also, I used YouTube videos only. YouTube videos, UN की तो बहुत videos available हैं online, तो easily हो जाता है cover सब कुछ. Legal current affairs, yeah, I had purchased your course, ma'am, because legal current affairs इतनी easily मिलता नहीं है. General GK और current affairs तो सब जगह मिल जाता है, YouTube पे भी और सब. But legal current affairs बहुत मुश्किल से ही मिलता है. So I was not able to find anything. Then I came across your course on your website, which was a exhaustive legal current affairs course only. So I subscribed to that, and yeah, it had all the monthly legal current affairs and all the judgments, the recent ones. So I was able to cover all that from there. And the landmark judgments, the previous judgments, I also covered from your channel, because you have that one bulky PDF of all the landmark judgments that you can cover. You don't even need all that, but हाँ, उसमें से सारे important cover हो जाते हैं. So yeah, so I did all. तो judgments तो सारे cover हो गए थे वहां से. Then for current affairs, I used to follow 2 to 3 channels, and मैं उन्हीं को regularly follow करती थी. And though I had in current affairs because I had thought कि ठीक है अच्छे से करूँगी starting से newspaper read करूँगी every day, but then yeah, it all went in vain. I was not able to keep up with that. I had started making notes from the newspaper, but then I realized कि मैं एक ही month के लिए पूरी notebook भरती जा रही हूँ, which was not advisable at all.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
becomes
why
too
then
much. Yeah.
it becomes too much. So then I stopped it midway only, and then I thought I'll do current affairs monthly only because I'd seen just analyzed the previous year question papers and I'd seen कि current affairs से बहुत basic level के questions
Basic.
आते हैं, से बहुत UPSC level के in-depth analytical questions नहीं आ रहे. So तो मैंने सोचा कि it's okay, I can just go through monthly current affairs and हो जाएगा उससे cover. So मैं monthly current affairs YouTube वगैरह से देख के I used to make my notes. Then I also, after that, like during the end part of my preparation, you had also released these 2 videos about current affairs, the entire year's most important topics you had given in those 2 videos. So I watched those videos and then I specifically searched all those topics and then I read about them and I made my own notes on those topics. So that was also very helpful because then I was feeling more confident in my preparation post that कि ठीक है, now I've covered everything thoroughly. Yeah, and that also helped me a lot in the exam. Then after that, even though current affairs से कुछ नहीं आया इस बार ज़्यादा, but that's a different story altogether. But at least I had to be good
That
enough in my
mental, yeah, that mental
mental
satisfaction.
satisfaction.
Yeah.
And that boosts your confidence in the paper कि at least you are
Yeah.
prepared जो भी है.
हाँ,
Then after current affairs for static GK, so static GK was the one portion that I was most scared about because I was never good at GK. And also इतना vast होता है कि yeah, it used to overwhelm me a lot. So I thought कि I'll do it properly because every year I've been seeing this. I analyzed the papers and I saw कि every year static GK का portion has been increasing only. So I did my static GK. I also referred to Universal and as well as to Lucent. I referred to both those books. I saw your YouTube channel उस पे static GK के specific topics भी दिए हुए थे कि ये topics important. तो मैंने फिर वही topics and chapters उन दोनों books से refer किए. I did modern history थोड़ा सा briefly only, but I did it. Then I did lakes, rivers, and other stuff, the first PMs and presidents and CPIs and everything. So हाँ, तो उसका अलग से I had made a notebook and I had written all my notes for static GK. तो and I then just I revised them at the end. तो static GK तो वैसे cover हो गया. And then for English के लिए I had not done much because I was comfortable in English since the beginning. So I thought कि I can leave it. I practiced a little comprehension from Universal थोड़ा बहुत कभी कभार. Otherwise, I did not do any separate preparation for the English section. Then for LR, I just searched the important topics online from YouTube videos. I just saw the formulas and the approach to do them. And then I just did 5 to 7 questions on those topics and then I was good to go. Because LR is easy only. बहुत easy level का LR आता है DU के paper में. So if you know the approach ones, you'll be able to handle them easily. And then after LR maths, for maths I was a little scared because what if क्योंकि CUET का paper में भी इस बार maths बहुत आ गया था. So I thought I should do maths, but then so that's why I just went through all the formulas and I also did a few questions from all those concepts. And yeah, that's all I did for maths because honestly DU के paper में तो बिल्कुल भी नहीं आता. But yeah, I thought कि CUET में आया तो maybe आ जाए, तो I did it a little bit, but yeah.
All right. And okay, so this is good enough. Like we've come to know a lot of things from you as to different sections and अब तो CUET PG pattern नया आने वाला है, syllabus is not known. So I think it's better that जो 5 sections हैं उनको for time being equal importance देके हम करें because अभी तक हम legal को बहुत ज़्यादा preference देते आए हैं in this examination. Another thing I think that really holds a lot of importance is the mocks. So
Yes.
tell us about what do you feel?
Okay, so ma'am, I had the most important usage that I derived from the mocks was that I created my strategy over a period of time कि क्या strategy मैं finally paper में apply करने वाली हूँ. So I had purchased my mocks around 2 months before the exam, and then I started doing them. I did around 15 to 16 mocks, and they were enough, honestly. They were, because people do 30-40 mocks and they say कि हमने इतने mocks किए उतने mocks किए. Honestly, even if you do a few mocks, but if you do them thoroughly, you make the most out of them, it's enough. It's not important कि आप 100 mocks ही करके जाओ तभी पेपर निकलेगा. So yeah, I had done those limited mocks only, but they were enough for me. After every mock I used to see where I was lagging and मैंने कौन से areas में कम score किया है, then मैं वो सारे areas दोबारा से जाके पढ़ती थी. So हाँ, and then I did that mock again after a few days to see कि have I improved in those areas, in those questions. So that helped me a lot. And then as the paper was approaching, I started fixing my strategy, and then on the final day I had thought ki this is how I'll go about the paper. So what I did was I went through the entire paper once pehle, and I did all the questions that were like that I was able to do easily, that I had the answer in one go, in one click. So I just did all those questions, and after that I thought now I had kept enough time कि मैं अभी किसी भी question पे time waste नहीं करूंगी कि इस पे मैं अटक गई तो अटक गई. So I did not do that. I just went quickly over the paper and I just did all the questions that I had in my mind, on like in my memory, stuck in my memory. After that, I went over I gave another glare over the entire paper and I went over the questions again, the questions I had not done. फिर उन पे थोड़ा intelligent guess लगाया, दिमाग लगाया, तो जितना जो उसमें से आ गया, then I improved my attempts also उस तरीके से. So that is the strategy that only you can build if you give enough mocks and you know give time over the paper. तो तभी हो पाता है. हाँ, so that's why mocks are really useful to build your strategy for your final day.
Great. All right. So, Ananya, you've been preparing for so long, and now that you're finally there, what is like that final takeaway from the preparation that you'd like to share with the students? Any final advice for those who are preparing for the upcoming exams?
Yes, ma'am. Firstly, two things. Firstly, I would say that next year to CUET PG होने वाला है, so people have to be it's also very unpredictable for the people, and those people who have given this year's paper and would be giving their second attempt or something the next year, they should also know ki this year maths and all everything also came in the CUET paper in huge numbers. A lot of questions were there from maths. So people should focus on all the sections equally. They should give enough attention to all the sections because पेपर का पैटर्न बहुत अनप्रिडिक्टेबल है. इवन डीयू का कभी आई डोंट होगा, अभी तो हमें नहीं पता. सो इट्स अनप्रिडिक्टेबल फॉर अस. So that's why it's important to give equal attention to all the sections, so that whatever kind of paper comes tomorrow, you're able to handle it. Questions practice karo from all the sections, do your concepts from all the sections, so that you don't feel कि हाँ okay अगर ऐसा level का paper है तो ही मैं कर सकती हूँ, या इन section से paper है तो ही मैं कर सकती हूँ. You should feel that you can do it from, even if the paper comes from any section, or any section dominates the paper. And secondly, I would say कि one thing that I saw many people doing this year was that they had thought, a lot of people just start preparing for DU or one paper and then they focus only on that paper. I would say कि 2-3 अलग-अलग institutions के लिए apply करो and keep your backups, because backups are very important. Though I was entirely focused on DU since the beginning, but still I had kept my backups. I had kept CUET, I had kept Amidst. I also gave that paper. And even I also got ILS, and I was very happy because ILS is great this year. It was difficult though because I had scored 119, but I had thought कि पता नहीं मिल पाएगा कि नहीं, because this year even the cutoff in Maharashtra hiked a lot, as compared to the previous years, because last year तक इतने score पे GLC वगैरह मिल जाता था, but this year I could not get it in the first list. In the second list, I got ILS, but I was really happy because I was confused between ILS and DU, but then luckily God was kind enough कि scorecard exactly उसी दिन आ गया, उसी रात को जिस दिन second day I was thinking कि चलो कल पुणे चले जाते हैं for taking the admission. So that was
पुणे
one
का
thing
ट्रिप
that
रह गया पर.
हाँ वो बच गया. But चलो, I have been to Pune before, so that was not an issue for me.
Okay.
But yeah, that was one thing that I was really happy for कि चलो
Hmm.
at least ये आज ही आ गया. And then when I saw my scorecard, I was at least satisfied कि हाँ, I will get it.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
so that's why. So that's why I would tell people कि because DU is very DU and especially CUET और ये NTA, all these institutions are really unpredictable. You can't rely on them entirely.
Hmm.
So इसलिए it's important to have your backup secured पहले से ही.
Hmm.
Because if you keep waiting on for the paper, like this year October में जाके paper हुआ है, if you keep
हाँ.
waiting on for them, तो end में आके you're not left with a lot of options if something bad happens or something. So that's why
Hmm.
it's important.
जैसे
Yeah, so
एनएलएस
that.
एक बहुत अच्छा ऑप्शन है, आई फील कि
हाँ, now the analyst is a great option.
हाँ.
I had also given analyst, and I had got the around how much was the paper? I don't remember, but I had gotten around 70 or 78 marks around in the
हाँ.
paper.
हाँ.
Yeah.
हाँ.
So, but I was not able to clear the interview round. But yeah, I had gotten a good score in NLS. But I
But
had
like
not
you
focused too much on NLS because DU was my main priority. तो हाँ, उसके लिए मैंने NLS specific preparation नहीं की थी. उसके लिए अलग type की
हाँ.
preparation ज़्यादा important थी. हाँ.
हाँ. हाँ. हाँ. You reached till the interview or part B
No,
तक
I did
गए?
not reach till the
Okay.
interview. I only got paper तक ही.
Okay.
हाँ.
क्योंकि फर्स्ट टाइम भी हो रहा था एंड पीपल हैड दे डिडंट हैव अ फेयर क्लू कि कैसे एग्जाम होगा. सैंपल क्वेश्चंस भी कुछ ही आए थे एग्जाम से पहले. बट या दैट्स
बहुत
आल्सो अ
कम.
ग्रेट अपॉर्चुनिटी.
Yes, up to,
Nonetheless,
in fact, up people have one sample paper in front of them. They can
yeah,
properly prepare for the paper for next year and give it. So,
yeah, yeah.
so because it's also that's a paper that you also don't need some specific kind of preparation. वो बहुत general type का paper है. They're not asking
Mhm.
you any detailed questions.
It's more
They're not
about
asking.
practice.
Yeah, it's all about practice. Your aptitude, your
Yeah.
acumen. That's all that's important in that paper. So keep practicing and हो जाएगा. I think honestly,
हाँ.
इतना मुश्किल paper है नहीं वो.
हाँ.
हाँ. सीट्स और रिजर्वेशन बहुत ज्यादा है वहां पे
हाँ.
ऑनेस्टली.
वो
हाँ,
है. हाँ.
सीट्स बहुत कम है, रिजर्वेशन बहुत
Hmm.
ज्यादा है.
Right. But yeah, this year I've heard that they're planning to increase on the seats as they had said earlier also कि अगर उनको लगता है सही ये प्रोग्राम चल रहा है तो they're going to raise. So let's see. In any case, you've secured your seat in DU, and I'm
Yeah.
so glad to listen to your whole story, and wish you very very best for the future. And you guys also saw that Ananya ने किस तरह से अपना रोड मैप क्रिएट किया प्रेपरेशन का, एंड वेरी स्पेसिफिकली शी इज पॉइंटेड आउट विद फॉर ईच एंड एवरी सेक्शन कि उन्होंने कैसे प्रेपरेशन की. कुछ इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें जैसे उन्होंने शेयर की कि न्यूज़पेपर से शायद आप प्रेपरेशन करेंगे तो you will get stuck at places. Then she targeted specific topics only for constitution, like she mentioned that she did particular topics. उन्होंने Google पे भी rely किया. She looked at certain topics and researched them, made her notes from Google. All these things, these are the extra efforts, that you need to put in. You can't just rely on one book and go to the examination. You have to consult different sources, as Ananya did. And I think that's what makes her reach to rank 6, and there's this great pedestal that she's secured 358 marks. And even for MHSET, I think that helped her. And wish you all the very best, Ananya, for your future endeavors, and hoping to see you running around in courts. And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
all right. Wish you all the very, very best. And thank you so much for being here, taking out time for all these aspirants, and sharing your wonderful thoughts with us.
Thank you so much for inviting me, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh.